when and how was pretty much random. I did like to draw, but I wasn't especially like good at it. It was just something that I used to do when I had to give someone for their birthday. As a teenager, especially, it was just an escape because as a teenager, it was a confusing time, like for everyone else. And for like, just it was like my identity that this girl, sits in the corner and draws. I was a dreamer of sorts. All I did was like draw and listen to music and try to study. But I mean, it all worked out in the end because finally, since I didn't have an option of what to pursue in college, I took up graphic design, which again, I did not especially like graphic design. There were like a lot of rules. You had to know the size of A4, which I still don't know till date. And yeah, it just somehow all the graphic design projects I kind of turned into drawings. Drawings was something, obviously, I understand my pencil, I understand my paper, but all of this graphic design had all of these terminologies that I did not get. So I just like broke the rules. I had these really amazing friends in college with me who had been really like studying illustration, studying all these Disney illustrators and cartoonists, and I learned so much from them. Like we used to literally go out for meals, and we used to just sit together and draw, and they used to explain all, how to draw a face, how to draw like gestures and stuff like that. The technicalities of it, like I restudied them, say about third year of college is when I kind of realized this is what I want to do. I do want to draw, but I had missed out on all of these basic things. So I kind of started from scratch almost at the end of my college years. In my later years, I started drawing. I had a great mentor. This was, I'm saying, like 6 years approximately. It was like my last year of college. And for my final project, instead of going in for internship, I decided to make a children's book, which was the 6 months of grilling, just drawing work. This is the first time 6 months I'm purely dedicating to drawing, and it felt amazing. That's when I was super sure, like, this is what I want to do. I decided not to sit for any placements as such. I was very sure that I want to join Chumbak because that time only Chumbak was hiring illustrators in the country. This is 5 years ago. And I somehow did get through, but as a graphic designer again. And graphic design was not something that I wanted to pursue, but I did want to go to the company mostly because there were so many illustrators I had been following over there. I felt like there was still so much to learn for me because I felt like I just started learning illustration. Then finally, after 1.5 years of working as a graphic designer, I had picked up a few freelance projects. And then I felt like I was kind of ready to start illustrating full time. And that was about 3.5 years ago. And that's when it happened. Then I was officially a freelance illustrator. Spreefirit was something, just a random name I came up one summer when I was doing my second internship with this cartoonist. And I was like, okay, and this is when Instagram was just starting, and all of my friends had it really, they used to post their stuff, like their pictures and all of that. And they had like really funny names. That was the thing, like, how funny is your Instagram name? Because that's when Instagram was just starting. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to post Spreefirit because it's the opposite of free spirit. And that's what I felt. Like I was very dramatic back then. I was like, oh, I feel the opposite of free spirit. What is the opposite of free spirit? And it was so random. About, I think, 2 years after I started Spreefirit, it was clients coming in. And one of the major, very initial clients was Google. And that was just like it for me. I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. I'm working for Google now. And that's when I was like, okay, I can quit my job. I can work for any other company. But there was a struggle as a freelancer for about a year almost. But again, it took time, but it worked out. Spreefirit worked out. And now it's an official brand. Style keeps changing. Style is very subjective in terms of like, whatever I'm experiencing, whatever I'm looking at, where I'm working out of. Style keeps changing, but voice is something that you can't put a name to it. But I do know that a voice came out of celebrating the smaller things every day, the smaller achievements, the smaller non-achievements, the failures, celebrating all the small things just kind of made my art what it is.